Hey guys, this is Reco McDaniel coming to you again with another episode of our Blueprint for Success video series. As you can see, I have on my money shirt today. This whole message with this video is about making money. You know, people contact me all the time saying, Reco, you know, what do I need to do to get to the money? You know, I tried this opportunity and that opportunity. I'm doing everything I can to get to the money. I'm chasing the money. You know, and there's nothing wrong with being ambitious. There's nothing wrong with being what you call a hustler. But at the end of the day, it's important that you understand this one thing. Just like a wealthy guy told me years ago when I was dead broke and I was looking for a way to get the money. He said, Reco, as long as you chase money, the less of it you'll have. All right? I'm going to say it again. He said, Reco, as long as you chase money, the less of it that you will have. See, it's not about chasing money. It's about being able to get an understanding of how to make it. See, that's when I realized and I started to develop this philosophy, and I tell people all the time, making money is not an action, okay? Making money is not an action. Making money is a mentality. And when you start to understand a money-making mentality, you'll be able to get to the point of developing wealth and living a lifestyle of your dreams. Now, what I'm about to do with you is share with you a video live from a Blueprint for Success seminar that I did not too long ago, and I actually teach the money-making mentality. I actually go through the 4 ways that all of us make money and how you can transition from where you are to the stage of making money that you want to be so you can live the lifestyle of your dreams. Check out this video. But the follow-up to Rich Dad Poor Dad is a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. In the Cash Flow Quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki says you make money 4 different ways. Okay? He said the first way is as an employee, and this is when you have a job. And this is where most people are. You know, you go to work. And if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. You agree with that? Absolutely. So the thing about having a job is you're trading something called time for dollars. If you don't put in the time, you don't make the dollars. That's the first quadrant. Then Robert Kiyosaki says there's another quadrant. And most people aspire to be in this quadrant. That's the self-employed quadrant. But the thing about being self-employed, even though you work for yourself, even though you're an entrepreneur, the thing about being self-employed is you still got to do the work to get paid. See, now you own the job. And a lot of times when you own a job, that's more difficult than having a job. See, because when you own a job, sometimes you work, and you don't make any money. Anybody familiar with that? Been self-employed, right? And over the course of time, it's like you're working hard. It's like, man, your bills still ain't getting paid, and you working hard, and you had a job. So this can be very rewarding for some people, and at the same time, it can be very stressful. And most people fail as being self-employed. In fact, in the first 5 years of somebody owning their own business, 90% of people fail in the first 5 years. In the next 5 years, the 10% of people who succeeded, 90% of that 10% failed in the next 5 years. So most people don't make it. See, because the thing about being self-employed and owning your job, you're still trading time for dollars. You can be a landscaper, you know, and own your own landscaping business, but if you don't cut the grass, you don't make any money. You can be a beautician, but if you don't do somebody's hair, you don't get paid. You can be a surgeon, own your own practice, make great money, but if you don't operate, you don't get paid. Attorneys can own their own practice, but they don't represent the client in court, they don't make any money. So the reality is you're still trading your time for money. Does that make sense? Now, if you want to become wealthy, eventually you have to be able to develop what we call leverage. And see, the thing about being employed or being self-employed is there's only so much time in a day. And if you only have so much time and your time is limited, guess what else is limited? Your money. That means you can never become wealthy. See, this is an explanation that I give people to say they want to become rich. Well, if you want to become rich, you can't be an employee or self-employed to become rich. You can't become wealthy over here because your time is limited, then so is your money. So if you want to become wealthy, you got to get on what Robert Kiyosaki calls the right side of the quadrant. You become what's called a business owner. As a business owner, you own a system. And as a business owner, when you own a system, you have OPT making you money. Other people's time. Other people's efforts. This is when I started realizing what was really going on around me, okay? When I was old enough to understand how money worked, when I started reading this book, and I would think about when I would drive through $1 million neighborhoods in the middle of the day, and people would be out jogging, watering their grass, in the middle of the day, walking the dog. I mean, several people, and they're like, in my neighborhood, we're struggling and everybody at work. I passed by the golf course in the middle of the day. People out there playing golf, having a great time. Driving Jaguars, BMWs, Mercedes, Range Rovers. And they're not working. I thought to myself, how in the world can they afford that lifestyle? Living these nice homes, out here playing golf, and they're not working. Because my mother always taught me that, boy, if you want to make money, you got to do what? Go to work. Well, see, that's because they were in another quadrant. And most of them were in the business on quadrant. They got other people's time and other people's efforts working for them that actually make them money. See, that's the thing I love about the network marketing industry, is because most people get in this quadrant when they invest tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of dollars into an infrastructure that supports them becoming a business owner. But with network marketing, you can get into that quadrant for a few $100s. Some sweat equity, investment in personal growth and self-development, and guess what? You can get tens, hundreds, thousands of people in your organization that's paying you. Collectively in this industry, when I was out there grinding out and building teams, collectively over a decade, I had over 50,000 people on my team. So that means whether I did anything or not, I was still getting a check the next week. That's what you call a lot of awesomeness. And that's what you can develop from this industry. And then eventually, you can take yourself to what's called the investor quadrant. This is where you own investments. This is where you have money making you money. This is when your money gets up in the morning, takes a shower, puts on his clothes, jumps in your car, gets in traffic, goes downtown, comes back home, and you got more money. In the meantime, you're just doing whatever you wanted to do because your money was making you more money. And that's ultimately where you want to be. But you got to understand there's a process. See, most people don't understand the process. Most people get aggravated and bothered by this process. But it's important to understand that this right here is the reason why the poor middle class will never get to it or make it over the hump. But this is also the reason why the rich get richer. Let me explain to you why. See, 95% of our population, 95% are fighting for 5% of the money on the left side of the quadrant. 95% of our population are fighting for 5% of the money. But guess what? 5% of the population control 95% of the money. The reason why I got focused, the reason why I got serious, the reason why I said I would never quit was because of this slide right here. Because I knew that, man, if other people can get over here and they started over here, I am too. This is the money-making mentality. This is why you got to get serious about what you're doing, is understanding that, hey man, success is all just simple formulas. See, most people think people who become millionaires and billionaires are super bright, super intelligent, you know, they got all these degrees. No, they don't. They just hire people who are super bright, super intelligent, have all these degrees. They're street smart. They understand they got to do the little things that connect the dots. They know a little about a lot. And they hire people that specialize in their field to make them elevate. That's why personal growth and self-development is important, because it's going to position you to be able to get to a place where you can win and win and make you better.